Hello, and welcome back to another edition of RuPaul's Drag Race, Rearview, Ruview, with this season's of All Stars Season 3. I just want to start off by saying welcome back, and thank you for listening so much and your request for us to do All Stars 2. I'm here with my handy-dandy sidekick, Zachary.
Hello.
And we have two guests who are going to join us for this debut episode for All Stars Season 3. We have my good childhood friend, Kystal.
Hello.
And her darling baby, Holland.
She's waving hi.
She's waving. And then we have our wonderful friend, David.
Hello, hello.
And here we are, your panel for this first episode of All Stars 3. So basically what the difference between All Stars 3 and Drag Race normally is all of these contestants have already been on previous seasons of All Stars. And their prize is just as much as the same as always. It's $100,000 cash prize. They get a whole year's supply of Anastasia Hills Cosmetics. So that's pretty exciting. And the winner for the main challenge this week got an airfare and 5-night stay at the Fort Lauderdale Beach Grand Resort and Spa, along with winning a $10,000 tip for their lip sync for their legacy. Thank you for joining us, folks. David, have you seen any of the previous seasons of Drag Race?
To be completely honest, no. I've always been curious to. And, again, I was I see them on Instagram. I'll definitely watch the clips and, I'm intrigued. But I've never actually sat down and watched a full episode. Okay, wait, no, I'm lying. I think it was season 1 or 2, in the beginning.
In the very beginning.
Very beginning. But, other than that, no. I just catch it here and there.
Catch it here and yeah, because for a while it was on Logo, so not a lot of people could watch it. And then now it's
But I
VH1.
swear to God, it was on VH1
we
before.
swear it was on VH1. Swear it was on VH1.
Sounds like a Google question.
We Google it and it tells us that we're wrong.
Yeah.
I think it's the Mandela effect.
I definitely believe it is.
I believe that's a thing, though.
You know what I mean? And then the fact that it's on VH1, they're first ever before on VH1.
Yeah.
I'm like, bitch, I know the first 2 seasons was definitely on VH1. You can't tell me nothing. Kystal, have you ever seen Drag Race?
I've never.
Are you familiar with RuPaul in general?
Oh my
He
God,
was
you
in
and
a-
me both?
Yeah,
Yes, girl.
Okay, well, I guess
never
we're the
even heard.
We're the
we're
11. They're
oldest
the
ones,
newbies.
and also the ones who are yeah, we grew up to him. We know who he is.
I loved RuPaul.
I saw him on VH1 growing up, the RuPaul show also, and things like that. He hosted stuff.
So many things on
Yeah.
on MTV and stuff. Spring Break was in one of the things. I just remember being so confused. I was like, she is a gorgeous, beautiful black
and then being
woman.
told, no,
And then
that's
it's
a man.
yeah, that's a man. I'd be like, does that mean I can grow up to be a really handsome man? Does that mean that's a possibility? I was so confused, but so lightened and intrigued.
Yeah,
It was yeah, yeah, definitely did not know anything about that in life.
And then years later, she comes back.
And then she comes back. So, as for the queens for this season, there are 10 queens. The first queen that we have is, I'm just going to go down my list and then we'll talk about how they arrive. So we have Aja, who is probably our newest queen. She's from season 9, and she was 9th to leave, so she got 9th place. The second person I have is actually our first winner from season 1, BB Zahara Bonet. I think it's amazing that she gets to come back, especially since when she won her season, which was the very first season, which is probably the ones that you saw, all she won was $10,000 and some free crown.
And that's what you get if you win this challenge in All Stars.
Yeah, because I noticed that too when she won the lip syncing. I was like, you got a tip of, honey? That's some money. Okay.
Yeah, and that was her grand prize.
In the first 2 episodes, that was the prize she would win.
The whole fucking season.
No, that's disrespectful.
And then we also
now it is, especially after they had 10. They're going on 10 seasons now.
And the first 2 seasons, the framework and everything, it looks like someone put Visine on the lens.
Not even
it's
just
bad.
that. It looked like a fog machine was on.
There was no money in the challenges.
Yeah.
I mean, even if they didn't let her get another opportunity, I would just try to come back as change my whole persona. I'd be like, no, bitch, I know I can win this, but I'm gonna come back my own.
I finally
way
found me.
That way.
There you go.
Yeah, I'd be like, no.
Come back and say
I would
so
be
you
pissed if
found
I won
yourself,
that little
we'll
bit of
test
money
you.
and then I see all these girls. I'd be like, excuse me.
And
Right?
when she won, she was already a veteran in the system. She had already been a drag queen for some years. So now, almost 10 years after the fact, it's these little girls that just go on YouTube, find a little tutorial, find a little Britney Spears song to dance around in, and you're telling me you're gonna give them $100,000? What?
Bitch, I'm coming back.
Bitch, I am coming back. Coming back for real.
Especially these ones that are only 22 years old winning.
Absolutely. Well, Aja's like 22, 23, so she's young. She's probably the youngest one. Then we've got number 3, Mrs. Ben de la Creme. She's from season 6. She was 5th, and she was Miss Congeniality. So at the very end, the viewers, we get to vote. Well, now we do. Before the judges got to, but it was like what girl showed the best like team spirit, you know, like who was thoughtful and who
what you could see
grew.
through editing.
Yeah, so she won Miss Congeniality for her season, and she like takes a lot of pride in that
I noticed because even
she doesn't want to be seen as bitchy.
Who was it?
The one that I'm talking about now is this one.
Bet. Okay, cool. No, because I remember Morgan made a reference to that.
Yeah,
Yes.
she did.
And I was like, okay, like
She comes off like that, but like that's not really how she is. What's up, little girl? What happened? That's how you go and announce yourself to the podcast? She's like, oh, it's okay. Actually, my finger's not really that hurt.
She disagreed. She obviously is not a Ben de la Creme fan.
Clearly not. Then next
Okay.
we got Miss Chi Devane. She's from season 8, and she got 4th. Now, here's the thing that's funny about Miss Chi. When she came out in her season, she came in literally a trash bag, like a dress made out of a trash bag.
That's
A
what they
black
were
trash
commenting
bag.
on.
Yeah, that's what they kept commenting on.
Noted from other seasons, though, Alaska's done that too. She walked in
But
with trash
Chi
bags.
Chi,
She
she's
did it
been
a
doing
lot
drag
better.
for like a couple of years, and she likes to be called as like, what is it, like the garbage, like the trash queen or something like that, like the
Something
cheap,
trash.
like a cheap queen, because she's like, I'm able to like take paper or whatever and just like make it,
but
and
she
it's
earned
true.
that name, like especially if she already has.
But she can do it though.
Yeah.
When we get to her runway look, you'll see. But like,
She just misses sometimes a little detail, and it means a lot. Like she
Yeah.
was known for trying to do these outfits, especially bodysuits, but wasn't padded. So it's like you still have a more
You're still not-
masculine, athletic
you
figure,
got
and
the
it's
right
not
idea,
feminine.
but you're not following through.
Yeah, it's just too. I hate to say the word basic, but it is like just too.
Right, it's like a science.
Well, I just want to know where she
She's
got a
being a
yellow
basic bitch
trash
right now.
bag from.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I'm
'Cause it
trying to
was
think, I've been
yellow.
to a dollar store, I've been to Walmart, I've been to Target, I've been
Spray
to
paint,
Right?
Spray paint.
I
They
mean-
have
How do you dye it? This outfit right
There's
here.
no
That's
way
trash
you
bags.
You can't dye a trash bag.
I know.
You can't spray paints either because it'll just chip. 'Cause
Oh.
it'll get hard.
Special
it won't be fluffy.
ordered. This bitch went all out.
Right?
You better
Amazon.
go, Chi-Chi.
So at least it was better.
Maybe it's not even a trash bag. Maybe it's actually like
Tissue paper.
no, like the tablecloths for parties and stuff.
Oh!
I like it.
DIY
That makes
bitch. That's
total
why we
sense.
need her on panel.
Yes.
That makes total sense now.
Yes. So there's
It's plastic
Chi-Chi.
like garbage bags.
Mhm.
Absolutely. I'm gonna move this over just slightly so I can see all of them. All right. So then we have Miss Cavity. Wow. Kennedy
Welcome to the
Davenport.
stage,
Well, all
Miss
those fucking mirrors, you can see your
Cavity.
cavities. All right. So Miss Kennedy Davenport, she was on season 7. She got up to 4th place. Kennedy is a dancing diva queen, as you saw. Her outfit was ridiculous. It was yellow, and then she had all these fucking disco. She's supposed to be like a disco diva, but all the
She
little
had the
coins
shade
on her
written
face, all
all
the little
over it.
mirrors.
Oh, yeah.
That looked crazy.
She knew what she
You
was
couldn't really
doing
see
when she
her
was walking
face, so I
in.
didn't really get to see what. And then honestly,
Yeah.
I didn't even notice her contacts until she started taking some of the jewelry off, and I was like, "Oh wait, I didn't even notice the contacts the whole time because it took so much glare from it." So I had
It's
no
because she
idea.
covered her eyes. Like, great. If she tried, like, I understand. I get it. I like the idea.
Yeah.
But it needed to be placed better. She did way
I
too
think
many.
she was just trying to be hateful and do a shade joke to everyone.
Yeah, be
That's
like,
all it was.
you can't see me, the shady.
Yeah,
But
it was-
the thing though that's
It's
annoying
just
about
like,
Kennedy.
your reflection is looking at you. Like,
In her past challenges, and she'll probably do it this season, they'll give her something and she tries to think outside the box, and she does it so much so that she has to explain every detail, and that's
'cause
the
she
problem.
She takes it a little
If
bit
I
too
can't
far.
see it, like for instance, in her season there was one where the
The
theme
Hello
was like,
Kitty.
no, not that, the one where it was death. Like
Oh yeah.
you had to, like, it was some kind of form of
She
dying,
looked like a
and
turkey.
her whole thing, yeah, she looked like a fucking turkey, and her whole thing was,
No, legit.
I was a trick whose pimp stabbed her to death and then set her on fire, and then I became a phoenix. And I'm like, you had to explain all that, and I got none of it. What you looked like looked like like it looked like a nude bodysuit, and she looked like a chicken with rhinestones.
If you have to explain it, then
Just
obviously
don't do
no
it.
one's
It's-
gonna get
No
it.
one's gonna
It's
get
too
it.
much work.
It went over everyone's head. You took it too far to a weird extreme.
Yeah.
Then we got Miss Milks from season 6. She was 9th. That's who this one is. She did kind of have like that Pinocchio-ass
She
look.
did.
I love that Crystal pointed out, she goes, does she intentionally put the gap there? She does.
That pisses me off because I have a gap. I was looking at it and I was like, why does it look so dark? Like, there's no way. And I was like, all right. This bitch literally painted a gap on their teeth. I don't know.
Yeah, I believe she called
It's
it her
clever, but you look
denim
more like a
Pinocchio
chipmunk
look.
than like anything else.
It's
Like,
true,
I
she
don't
does.
know.
It does give it gives a comical thing, especially
Mhm.
because some of her looks are so elegant, and then she smiles, and it's like that just makes it
It's
all
definitely
cheesy.
a Pinocchio type feel, though.
Yeah.
So kudos on that for
On-
doing that, because I mean, you got the look you're going for. So
Yeah.
Definitely got the Pinocchio.
We
look.
read that look correct. Denny
She has been getting
take a lesson from
shady
her.
though. Like all her little comments, she had a lot to say about people.
Let's be fair. Whoever comes back to this All Stars, they have to be.
They gotta
as
be
fuck.
shady
They
somehow.
have to bring it.
That's the ratings right there.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
fucking
that's like
views.
everyone who like pretty much was
I'm
top.
excited to see what they're gonna have to bring this season. For the fact is, they did the read already.
Yeah. Well,
They did so
especially
many
'cause-
good things already. So it's like, what are you gonna bring out for the rest of the season?
right. Well, also last season for the regular drag race, everyone was like kumbaya. It was nice, and it was kind of refreshing that there wasn't a lot of like kitty cat moments, but like literally everyone was like, you know what, girl, this wasn't your week, but you're gonna do good. Like, take whatever they took and just run with it. Like, it was a very supportive sisterlyhood thing. There wasn't a lot of nip-nips. And then when there was, they were like, girl, I'm really sorry, and blah, blah, like right away. It was like,
Yeah.
damn,
But
like,
things did get shady towards the end.
yeah, towards the end there was some shit that got shady.
But things are already getting shady already.
I love it though. Then we got Miss Shangela. She was from season 2 and 3. So when she came on in season 2, she was the first one to go home. She was the pork chop of her season, the first bitch to go home. And she was a brand new baby. Like, had only been doing drag for like less than a year. And
She's great.
was just, yeah, basically. She just tried out, got on, and went home the first week. Then the third season, she came back, and she came out in this little box and everything. That's like her joke thing. And
I think she's adorable.
she is.
I
I love
liked-
Shangela.
I haven't seen
I've
it
always
enough.
loved her.
Like
Yeah.
a little cute petite.
Okay, but wait, hold on. Are we agreeing with me that she looks like Jessie?
Yes.
Is that a thing?
Yeah,
Jessie
she
from-
looks like
okay.
Jessie from Little Mix.
Jessie Nelson
Yeah.
from Little Mix.
From Little Mix.
definitely.
It's so funny because I didn't know I knew which one you were talking about without knowing like who
The
she
name
was
is-
and vice versa. Yeah. But so then when she came on season 3, she was eliminated in the 6th round. So she did pretty well, but Shangela has made a name for herself outside of this. Like, she's grown the fuck
polished up
up.
a lot.
She's polished so
I wouldn't
much.
be shocked if she's
I
at least a
loved
top
all her
5
outfits.
before.
The one she came in on, I want that little halter top and like the turquoise with the cute little skirt. I want that shit with the bow. I want that whole outfit. I love it.
I know, because you'd be wearing
Fucking
thigh highs with it.
Love it. Oh my god, I probably would actually balls up and go get some fucking thigh highs and just do it because like, why not? Why
You have
not?
shoes for it.
Then we got Mr. Thoji Thor, the fabulous fashion clown. She's from season 8, and she was also the 6th person voted off. Came in her fucking, she did her little toe dance thing and was like, I think I just broke my ankle.
Walking down
Her
the
little
aisle.
glamour clown. I'm amazed at how many looks she can actually do with her hair. She actually has dreadlocks.
Yeah.
Like,
And not
long
really,
dreadlocks.
really long.
Like, how it's all spoked up on her head, it's because she's holding her locks up.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm like looking at them like, okay.
Outside
I know,
of
right?
it.
Yeah.
Thorgy's the
Fun
one
facts.
that on the thing who was like, hold on, I got something. Who kept
Taking
doing
her
the
glasses
glasses
off?
thing.
Oh, yeah.
That was who Thorgy is outside of drag.
Oh
And then we have Miss Trixie Mattel. Crystal
Miss
cannot
Barbie.
stand her makeup.
Yeah.
I see her everywhere,
so
and I
pers-
feel you, girl.
Season
Like,
7.
what
she's
is
assistant
I
that?
on.
didn't know what was
She's-
going on. I thought she was like it was like a mouse and Barbie mix. I
So
wasn't-
bothered.
It like
So bothered.
because it was so close together. Like
Where's
mouse.
this
I
contour
knew-
coming
Then
from?
like she's going for Barbie, so I'm like, okay, I see it, but it's like you literally morphed with a mouse.
It's just sad.
So just like if you spread it out,
That's
just a
how she
little bit.
sounds. Like she hit it on the nail.
Just like squish your face in a little bit and just like spread it out. And then, like,
Just spread it out.
Oh my god.
It's to read for the back of the room.
it's just,
Ah.
I can't. I
It's
didn't know. I
bothersome.
didn't know what kind of mix of animal, but definitely
She
a mouse.
looks like a Barbie was dipped in acid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
okay, well, you
I'll
guys got
give
one
you that.
thing's right.
Uh, yeah.
She's going for Barbie. Why else is her last
well,
name? Like,
exactly.
Mattel.
Like no, the name gives it
Yeah.
away. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like
It's a
clown
look.
Barbie
It's
extreme.
definitely it's a look. I understand. It's definitely
She
something
came
she
out and I
I
was
love the fact
like-
that you guys get animals.
She-
Well, that was my first instinct. I was like, is she painting her face like a mouse? Is that her thing this year? Because she came back and her jokes weren't working, so now she's gonna be a mouse. And then you guys are like, oh, well, she's going for like a Barbie look. I was like, well, okay. I didn't get it.
On that note, I'm going to assume that the pink was the only thing Barbie to you.
Yeah. I don't know if it was raccoon eyes or what. I don't know. No, but definitely
Just
a mouse.
was not feeling it.
No, hopefully next time I see her makeup's a little bit.
Oh no,
I
I think
know, I was
it's,
going to say the same.
I mean,
Same.
it changes up a little bit, but it's pretty much that's pretty much her
The
look.
cheekbones
That's
don't
her
never
style.
change.
Yeah, that's pretty much
Oh,
how
well,
it
that's the
looks.
one thing that's the mouse right there. So
That's the mouse.
yeah.
The cheekbones. You need to
Trixie
blend
the
them more.
mouse.
Yes.
The mouth.
And then last but not least, we have Miss Morgan McMichael. She's from season 2. And she was actually the 8th person voted off. Or no, I think, hold on, I'm so sorry. Oh, no, yeah, she was the 8th person voted off in her season. And then she's actually ultimately the first one to go home this time around.
I really
And
liked her.
Wasn't there like that weird like twist?
At the end?
You know what, at the end, yeah, at the very
Like,
end,
what
it's
was
like,
that?
yeah, Rue was like, don't
Part
pack
of
up
me
yet
wonders
and
if they're already
stuff.
doing this save thing. You know how the last time they had like a save and they wouldn't wait until like a little bit towards the end.
They
to be
typically
like,
do that.
Hey, look, we're gonna save somebody. I wonder if they're doing it now.
Yeah, because last year
normally,
they did that.
Normally we don't have this to be continued until like
Yeah, but my
couple
thing is like,
episodes later.
how you gonna vote off the first person and be like, no, wait, just kidding, bitch?
Because they want
like-
to see what more she has.
I think it's
How can you
because
tell
of
off like one
how
episode,
Ben, like,
especially about how bad she bombed it. And I'm pretty sure the judges probably
I don't
felt
think
like
she bombed
did it
I believe
horribly.
Ben
No, I
DeLeon.
don't think. I
Oh,
think
it
she
was
will
not
settle
as
them
bad
more.
as Chi-Chi.
Well, that's what
Chi-Chi
I'm
was
thinking,
a
like,
mess.
Because I have a feeling Aja was sending Chi-Chi home.
Oh, yeah, I definitely think Aja was going
And
to
I
send
feel
Chi-Chi
like
home.
if it was up to the judges would have sent Chi-Chi home.
You know what? I agree with that. I agree with
So
that.
I feel like that's why they're bringing her back.
But you
Bringing
know,
Morgan
like,
back
maybe
to be
they
like, hey,
did
look.
this one thing as like a warm up for everyone. And then
Yeah,
it
to
should be
scare
that.
everybody, put their
Yeah.
pants on, because they want the more episodes, they're gonna get more money. So when they all walked in, we had Miss Trixie 1st, and she looked like a pink ass Barbie on some roller skates, right? I would think like rollerblade Barbie.
God, I-
Milk came in
I
with
like
her
that.
blue Pinocchio look.
Yeah, that
Chi
hair.
Chi with her ruffled
Mhm.
Party City
Yes,
tablecloth
yes.
ruffled bodysuit. Thorgy with her Liza Minnelli ass clown self.
Loved
Oh.
it.
I really liked Morgan's
I-
like nude rose beaded
Yes.
outfit thing or whatever. I don't
Oh,
really
yeah.
couldn't
That looked
understand it,
pretty
but she
good for
looked
a
like
dead
I don't
bitch.
know.
Hell yeah, she looked phenomenal for a dead bitch.
Yeah, so if you don't understand that reference, so there was a girl
Who
who
was Tatiana?
no, it wasn't Tatiana. It was Tara Sanchez. Tyra Sanchez.
who was the winner of season 2.
Yeah, who's the winner of her season, made this rumor on the interweb
On
Morgan Michael's birthday that she died. So Morgan
Yeah.
Michaels is performing on
Everyone's-
stage, gets
Everyone's
off
like,
stage, and everyone's like, yo,
rest in
bitch.
peace, da, da, da,
Like, people are like, rest in peace, Morgan, are you
Like, we'll
okay? I'm
love
so
you.
sorry, all this stuff. And she's like, what the fuck? Like, I just performed like an hour on stage, y'all. If I'm dead, no one told me. And like, one of the
Yeah.
first things she said was, I look pretty good for a dead bitch. And that was like a meme to it all. So that's why she walked in and said, well, I look pretty good for a dead bitch. Because
Yeah.
she was
Okay.
basically making a comment about like
Yeah.
she's dead in her career. And she's like, bitch, where?
Yeah.
Bitch, where? I'm booked all year round. Like, bitch,
She
where is
works
I'm
7
dead?
days a week. She
Yeah,
doesn't
like-
take no days off.
Exactly.
Okay.
She's about that. Like,
Hard-working
been,
hoe.
yeah,
Like,
she's
I
been
like
doing
it.
it ever since
You know?
I
season
like
2.
her.
Right? She
Yeah,
came in
I
like,
I always liked her.
I thought she was gonna be at least in the top 3 for me in my book top 3.
Yeah.
But it was, we'll see. I think she's gonna be coming back. I think we're gonna see more.
I like her like rock punk attitude. In her season, when they do this thing called Snatch Game, where they
She
dress
did
up as
Pink.
celebrities and they
Oh,
have to
and
do
I loved
impersonations.
that.
Yeah, she did Pink, which it was good. It just like she couldn't make Pink funny. The whole objective is to like
But
be
she
the
knew it-
impersonation, be funny. But the thing is, like her attitude is like that. It's like just like real. It's not like I'm being a bitch or nothing. It's just like I'm just being upfront with you.
Yeah.
Like from the get go, she was like, "Hey, I'm gonna vote off the bitch that's I think is the biggest threat because this is a fucking competition." Like
That's what I thought.
outside of all of this, we are sisters. I love you. I support your drag. We already know all that kumbaya shit, but this is a fucking competition. There's $100,000 on the line. Like, I'm here to perform and put my shit out. So, of course, I want to be the biggest, baddest person out. And they was hating on her for that. But Miss Asia, she came in
She's
looking like an
also
80s.
known for causing drama. So.
True, but I think people always want to react. I think everyone always starts shit with her because they want to be able to, like,
because-
hold themselves.
Well,
And then
also-
at the end of it, it's just, like, a whole shit show mess. It's one of those things like, why did you even bring that up? Like, you knew this was going to start. It's like, well, I don't know what you wanted. Don't ask questions that you don't want the answers to kind of thing.
Well, and she is really quick with her tongue.
She is, and
She's
she
quick to
says
get back
that.
with every little thing. If she hears something off
She's like,
what?
excuse me, I heard you said what with who and when. And you're like, oh, okay.
Bitch.
You heard that from 2 tables away.
From 2 tables away. All right, Miss Aja, she looked like some 80s Barbie doll, and she came in on a scooter. And everyone was like, ooh, you stole Trixie's maneuver.
To me, she
I was
took
like-
Trixie's look.
She kind of, but I
It
just
looked
feel
like she took like a modern day Barbie and put it on her.
basically. Then we had Miss Ben de la Creme who came in with her multi-purpose congeniality dress.
All she did was take the centerpiece out and just put the corset top and the bottom as a skirt.
Ooh.
And you can plain as day see it. I'm
Who's
sorry.
that peeped you?
Like
Who's that
immediately
peeped
when
you?
she walked in, I called it. I was just like, "Didn't she wear this on? Congratulations!" And then they flashed back. I was like, "Oh, it was a gown at that point."
Yep.
Yeah, you just cut off the center
She
where the
just wants
knees
to
was,
rub it
put that
in.
thing up, and then you had a foo-foo skirt.
It's
now.
her way of
I see
saying,
what
like,
you did.
I didn't win, but I won something. Remember that.
Kudos.
Yeah.
You
And,
didn't win. That's why you're back.
and
Well,
then,
that's why she
so
also
remember,
said, she's like,
you
I
need to-
slept with this dress for the past 4 years.
I know, right?
Mhm.
It's like I'm living in that memory.
Mhm.
Miss Kennedy Davenport with her yellow-ass Mira disco
Oh, we
diva
definitely went on
outfit.
that.
Her nickels and dimes. Shangela, we already talked about her cute ass thing and her box. And then Miss BB Sahara Bonet. Okay, so I am so surprised
her
because
outfit.
I thought they were going to bring back Valentina. Last season with Aja, there was this girl, Valentina, and kind of the same story with Shangela. Basically had only been doing this for like 10 months, barely gotten into performing, but this girl's, all right, as you would call your face, it's your mug. Like your mug shot, your mug.
Yeah.
Her mug is what we call snatched. It's like put together perfectly, as I said earlier,
Yeah.
fish. She looks. Oh, I turned this off. Hold on your phone. Look up Valentine because my screen is all fucked. She looks so beautiful. She looks like this little like Spanish doll,
Okay.
like adorable. Well, there
You
was
have your-
she,
Valentina.
yeah, she was like a fan favorite, and everyone thought she was gonna win. But for one
Oh, wait,
lip sync,
I can find it on
she
Instagram.
she psyched herself out, and she had this like mask thing. And I don't think she thought she was going to have to lip sync because she didn't do the bottom half of her makeup, but also she didn't practice the song. So during the lip sync, she has this mask thing on, and she's not taking it off as the song progresses. So RuPaul actually stops the song and is like, "You need to take that off your face." And
Oh,
her
yeah, you can
response
put the-
is, "I'd prefer to keep it on, please." And RuPaul and the judges are like, I don't think you heard me. This is a
The
lip
lip
sync
sync.
for your life. I can't see your mouth.
Yeah.
Take it off." So she eventually takes it off and basically just sits there and like
Well, she also didn't
poses.
have like lips on.
And
or
yeah, she didn't have her lips on,
anything.
and she just like she panicked. She just like froze, and it's kind of sad because she had a lot, and you could tell that she could have gone, but just that it just shows in that competition you kind of miss your step, and that can be your it.
Yeah.
So a
But
lot
she
of
was gorgeous, and everyone thought she was gonna win.
oh yeah. So then
Everyone.
at the end of the season, she got Miss
I think she's 28
Congeniality.
too.
No, she's
No?
young too. She's like 22, 23 or
Yeah.
something. Or like, so she won Miss Congeniality because, like I said, at this point it's like the fan favorite,
No
like
one
whoever people
understood.
won. So
'Cause she was a bitch the
Aja
whole season.
for this reunion goes, "I'm sorry, but you were not congenial at all. Yes, you were kind of nice to people, but you were always kind of. It was very fake. And after this whole show has been out, like there really wasn't anything that was congenial about you. And so everyone, and actually it was funny because the rest of the cast was kind of like, we all agree with that."
Yeah.
Like, we can agree with that. You were our favorite
Even
because of
after
talent.
that-
Like, even if you didn't like Valentina, because she wasn't my
Yeah.
favorite, but I was
That's
like,
her
if you
too.
Yeah.
won,
That's phenomenal.
That's her.
Right?
Yeah,
Like, holy
that's her
shit.
Instagram. She's absolutely drop dead gorgeous.
you know what I mean? Like, that's, I'm sorry, but for the fact that you haven't been
She-
doing this that long,
she's,
Instagram, you know,
yeah.
tutorials and,
She's done models for She's been modeling for some like gown people and things like that.
Yeah.
and put in magazines.
So it was kind
as
of
a
sad
drag
because you
queen.
wanted to see how far she. I mean, if she won, I would have been happy too. Like, it's
again,
all good.
I'm
She wasn't my
still shocked
favorite, but
she
like.
was not my favorite. She was a bitch. Yeah.
So I think everyone thought she was going to be the one to come back. So the fact that they brought BB back from season 1 and the winner, that's like a huge thing. But I thought she looked fucking gorgeous, and she's from Cameroon, and that's in Africa, obviously.
Yeah.
And so she
And
has
that's
like a
so
really
dry.
heartwarming like immigration story and everything. And Rue just always off the bat kind of just like took to her, and she calls her mama, of course, like a, you know, as you'll hear her say throughout the mother, like Mother Rue. But she was just like, she's always so poised and elegant. She's not afraid to laugh at herself, as you even saw with the tribal thing. It's like she went deep down in her thing, and she wasn't
Yeah.
afraid to be like caddish, and she ran, you know. But she's
Yeah.
always well graced, which I think for the first ever drag star, like she was the perfect one to start it. So I'm glad that she got
Which
to
is
come
why
back
I'm
and do
not
her
shocked
thing.
if she wins.
Yeah, but what was that one read that she looked like a fat Tyra Naomi Campbell? She
Yeah,
does. She looks
she
like a
does.
plus size Naomi Campbell, but she looks gorgeous though. She
does
looked
look
gorgeous.
Yeah.
So the first mini challenge was they had to do their reading competition. Reading is fundamental. The library is open. So if you don't know what a read is basically like
You go
a
to the-
playful little insult, you know, like something that's basically a true fact. Like when someone, you know, like, I don't know, like their shirt doesn't quite fit really well, and so you're like, well,
You just do something shady. Nothing to like insult the person, but it's like it's shady enough.
It's like those situations
it's like
like
a little. You're poking them, or you're
Yeah.
you're beginning to tease
those
them a little bit
statements
with
where it's
something.
like not to be rude, but and then you say something rude.
Yeah.
It's kind of like one of those things where like it's nothing in harm, but in kind of good jest. So for the reads, let's see here. We had I started from over here, or did I start? No, going to Africa. Here we go. So the reads. The first was Miss Thorgy. The best one that I don't even remember what did I put. Let's see here. I think it's for Chi-Chi. I don't know. Thorgy didn't really have anyone that was super grand.
I love how we're skipping.
All of them
people.
were like, they were just like drawn out. Oh, the one about Aja, I guess.
I'm totally confused.
Reading is
I know
fundamental.
we're on that, but which person?
Thorgy.
Okay, I'm
'Cause
like,
she was
okay,
very-
what?
Thorgy said something about that. Well, Aja's obviously a witch because how else did she get on here? She cast a spell on the producers. There were two. I mean, it's funny, but like it's way too.
That
long.
was. I had someone say that to me, but it was more.
They're like, you must be a witch because she had to cast a spell. Then we had Miss Chi-Chi Devane. The thing that I liked about hers was for Milk, where she said, Milk, you are just like the substance. You both give me the shits.
Yeah.
First, I was like,
Yeah.
that was pretty funny.
That was
Kennedy to her Bindle of Creme, she was like, where have you been? And she's like, no, but really, where have you been? And then she was like, oh, Seattle. Let's see here. Oh, Milk's read to Shangela was, I always thought that your name was Angela and people were just telling you to shut up. And I was like,
Angela.
shut up, Angela. And so it just became Shangela. But you know what's hilarious? I feel that if my name was Angela, that would have been my nickname for that reason.
Yeah,
Like, I feel like I could be Shangela for that exact reason.
Yeah.
But people get annoyed with Shangela, so it still works.
That's hilarious.
It's like, that was so
Fucking
funny.
I
They were
wonder
just
if
like,
she even knew about that with her name.
she was like, bitch, yes.
We can still change your name to Shalorissa. It's not
Shalorissa. Well, the fact is in high
I
school,
sounded drunk when
I
I
love
said that.
Shalorissa.
Like, lingered
I think
the
after
L,
some
but-
people
Well,
listen
we
to me
can make
talk,
it
they
happen.
feel drunk, to be real. They're like, did I, especially when you start to hear, the fact is that when people get to know me so well that they go, I will say something and they look at me and go, I actually understood every word of that. Just something clicks in your brain and then it never goes back. Because I mean, ask Crystal. Crystal's dad's like, "Can you please slow down? You're hanging out with Clarissa too much." I'm sorry, but it just has
just
to.
happens.
Tell-
It just goes there.
Right when you left
My parents
and
tell me I
right
have to
before
slow
he
down
left.
talking sometimes, and I'm like, well, at work, between talking at work and explaining things, I even leave tables and people are like, can I do it
One more
here?"
time. One more time.
One more time. Did you breathe
I
during
was
any
like,
of that?
Oh, okay.
As you all know from listening.
Yeah.
So, all right. So where were we? So, Morgan, what was her thing? Oh, I forgot. She had some funny ones though, and now I can't. Oh, the thing about Kennedy. She's like, you seem to be offended by our little jokes, but we're not offended by your parents' joke. I was like, oh shit, damn.
Because you straight up could
Damn.
tell when she walked through that thing.
I never know how I feel about Kennedy. I love watching her dance and perform, but I don't know how I feel about her as like a person and a queen. But that's just me.
I'm not gonna lie, her drag to me is kind of dragged out.
Dragged out,
I was thinking of a different word, but that's the only one that could come to mind still.
right?
It worked.
Unfortunately. Same thing with Chi-Chi. They're both a little dragged out.
Dragged
for
out
me.
at this point now.
You know,
Well, Miss Shangela, who
I just see a
you
lot
would
of
think would be
queens
dragged out
dancing
by
all the
now.
time.
Yeah, it's true.
To
It's
me,
the same
she
thing.
is.
But she tries to innovate herself.
I have my own Shangela. I don't need another one.
That's true. Well, she had, I think, two funny ones. So the one for Thorgy was, I've never seen or heard an unfunny clown until you started reading. And I was like, ooh,
that was
damn,
good.
that was funny.
But I did
'cause-
like what Chi-Chi did say about her too, Thorgy, about the sewer crate.
Oh, yeah, the
You know?
sewer crate. She was like, she's like, I didn't recognize you without seeing a balloon and you handing balloons out to kids into the sewer crate or whatever the reference.
That was creepy. 'Cause
That
I
was
good
good, I can't read my handwriting. She said something funny for Binda La Creme, and now I can't remember what it was.
I love how you said you just.
Oh,
said, "I can't
no.
read my
Okay,
handwriting."
so she was like,
you wrote it down.
and it's, you know what's funny? My second grade teacher, Miss Santilli, shout out Miss Chantilly. Anyway, she said, you wrote it, you know it.
Nope.
That's
And it
what
was
I
like, not a true statement.
No.
It's not a true, but that was her theory was, if you wrote it, then you know it. And it was like, so when you had to ever read something out loud, if you couldn't stutter, it was either, do you really not know what to read or can you not read your handwriting? Because that's a
Yeah.
problem. You need to be able to do you not want to sit on me no
What
more?
state of
'Cause I don't
mind
know where
was
you
I
want
while writing?
to be. Right?
That's my question.
Right?
4th grade. What state of mind was where was I when I was writing this?
No, but for her Ben de la Creme one, she said, she's like, I'm so glad to see you here. No, but like really, I'm glad to see you here. No one's seen you since like your season or whatever. Yeah. She's like, and you look like a Michelle Visage, well, cheaper Michelle Visage, but she does.
She looks
the
like
judge, the one judge with the big
was was like a happy or like a cartoon character. That's Ben de la Creme.
Yeah.
Is that a dessert?
Creme de la
creme.
I got hungry.
Something like that.
Dude, who you telling, man?
I believe it.
We've been talking about hot dogs for like an hour.
Walked out in a dress that looked like Ben de la Creme.
Like Ben de la Creme.
Or however you say it. Is it Ben de la Creme or is it?
It's Ben de la Creme, and it's all one word, apparently.
Oh.
I thought it was Ben de la Creme, but it's Ben de la Creme.
I know it's like, is it French?
I'm guessing, honey. Right? Is that what you think? Too
hungry. We said Ben de la Creme. She came running.
We all said the same thing. Miss Trixie had a little something for Aja. Now I can't fucking remember what it was. Man.
Wait, was it about her makeup?
Was it about her makeup?
I mean, that's an easy target. We're gonna be honest here.
I think it was something about her makeup.
It was something I think about her makeup. It just says.
I was about to say it wasn't about
Saul. Sale?
It could have just been like your makeup speaks for itself.
Probably something
like
along the
that.
lines like that. Like,
but that's
but it speaks so much.
Yeah, but that's what I felt like. That was
but
sad.
yeah, but then the one
it
she
makes
had for
sense,
Milk, what
but
was
it's
funny.
I know.
For Milk, she turned to Milk. She goes, "Milk, I see that you didn't give it your all. What'd you do? 2%?"
Yes.
I was like, that's pretty funny. Then
That's kind of a
Asia,
dad joke,
right? Then Aja came back for Trixie and was like, "You look like a Lisa Frank serial killer."
But
and it was like, I'll take
with that wig, she did.
And
like we saw the oh wait, no, you know who else Trixie looked like right now? That figure skater.
Oh, fucking the Tanya Harding or whatever that's all over the
Yes, that hair with that scrunchie and those. I'm sorry,
dude. Okay, side note. So I read an article where the makeup artist for that movie was like, "Yo, it was mad hard to make Margot Robbie look ugly." They're like, I had to shave part of her eyebrow down and thin it, like to make her not look as pretty. They're like, not to say that Tanya Harding wasn't pretty back in the day, but to make her like not look so like goddamn gorgeous. She was like, it was actually like a trigger.
It is hard.
Like it was hard to like dull it down.
She's popping as fuck.
Because she still needs some kind of, but to like, yeah, she was like, it was hard to wash her out. And I was like, well, that's interesting. Because she looks because her bland does not look like that. Like, that took some kind of makeup. Because did you ever see that movie Monster with Charlize Theron? Yes. That bitch looks nothing like her. She really looked like that Elaine, whatever, that lady who killed those people.
What movie did they dumb down Margot?
It's called I, Tonya, about Tanya Harding, the woman who like got I think Tanya Harding's the woman who did it.
Or like,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I think I have the names mixed up or something.
Think maybe I get the names mixed up.
I can't remember.
It's Tanya Harding.
Tanya Harding. Yeah. Harding. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I think she looked like.
So yeah, that's true. All right. So then we had Ben de la Creme. She's the one who said the it things. So Ben said the it things to Thorgy. Yeah, and then Sangela, she was like, "Look at you! You've come so far from your seasons. You're much older."
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she is.
Yeah, she actually read a couple other ones that were pretty good. And then BB came for Morgan saying, he's like, "I could read Morgan Michaels, but I won't. Life has already read her."
Life has.
And it's like, yes, life has read her indeed. So then we move on to the variety show. So Shangela came out and she started doing her little gospel of her hallelujah. And then she broke out to her basically House of Edwards with her rap breakdown and her dance. She owned the stage. That was a great way to like start the show. I forgot where you actually came into.
It was after the talent show.
It was very late. I came into the dressing room.
Oh, so, like, yeah. You didn't come to the lip sync.
Yeah.
That's where you get to get the juice.
Exactly. I came for the winners, drama. And then I came definitely for the drama. And then I also caught where they battled. Basically. Yeah. I missed like the intro, but I'm here for it. Yeah, I see the pics here, like I'm getting it. I get it feels.
You have actually added a
Yeah,
lot
a
of
lot.
like
Oh,
stuff,
thank
and you didn't
you.
like. I was actually amazed. I was like, oh my god, Instagram really. See,
I
that's
know
the beauty.
exactly. No, even when you're
Just
talking about the Margaret
remember
Robbie video, I'm like,
Thursdays, 8 o'clock.
I watched that on Instagram.
If you ever want to watch it, Thursdays 8 o'clock on VH1.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Thursdays are a day off. Is this a thing?
Yeah.
Ooh, I will consider staying up a little bit to watch it just immediately after I have to go home and go to bed because I work at 5.
Yeah, we did figure Tuesdays would be the day that we record because that's a good day to like edit and then put it out.
And it's also the day like that we actually have off. So it's like the one day we can guarantee because my Mondays are guaranteed to my to my godchildren. So it's like you got me Tuesdays for a guarantee.
Like
you better.
These are the days you got me.
You better pick the time that you choose to wake up wisely. Do not be sleeping all day because
Thank
you only
you.
got me for so long.
Only so long. Then we got Miss Bebe Sahara. She came out with her Lion King tribal dance runway. I loved that shit. I love the outfit. I love the whole thing.
I know you all didn't see season 1, but for those who have, whoever is listening and everything like that, the wig she came out with is the same wig that she wore in season 1.
Oh, word! Look at you, peeping
Fun
game.
fact.
Fun fact.
If you haven't noticed.
So then Thorgy came out playing her violin. She is an actual studied classical violinist and celloist, and she does a whole bunch of strings. She has this thing she wants to do, a thing where it's like drag queens in orchestra.
Oh wow.
Which I actually think would be kind of neat.
Yeah.
And she actually does classical music and then they transpose. I wish I could see the whole clip where she does this to see that walk, but
I do too, because I didn't.
yeah,
notice
she
that it
takes
was
a
to see
break
that
and then
walk.
it kind of gets a little funky and then it was over. But that was all the clips they showed us.
Yeah.
Do you want back up now?
I wish that VH1
She-
would
he's
start
like,
showing
I'm
the
going,
full
but
clips at the end. Be like, oh look, it's been a week. Now we'll show you the full clips of their performances.
And then let's see here. We had Aja who did an original song. Oh, by the way, Shangela did lip sync to her original song. So then Aja had her original song that she came out with. I believe that was Aja's original song. I believe I've actually seen a music video for that because she vogues in it. She had 3 reveals that were like sleek and flawless and all the way through. That staircase jump had everybody shook. It is now a meme.
Oh, it is.
You see where she goes, is she gonna jump from that? And
Instagram.
then bam!
When you jump
You
to
know she
conclusions
didn't
like,
finish it.
Oh!
yo, I'll say she killed it.
She did.
Okay, no, I
did
caught
not like
that.
the
I don't know if it
outfit,
was
but
recaps
that's
or
me.
whatever. All I know is I saw it and I lived for it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was like, she can't jump from that. She's not really gonna like.
She can't do that.
She pulled a Holland.
Dead
She
drop.
said, "Bitch, watch
Dead drop.
me."
It'd be one thing if it was a split, but the death
Death
drop.
drop.
Ooh.
You know she did not cinch for that. She was like, I need to all natural back for this one.
She's like, I am not cinching at all. Kennedy with her fucking high kicks. I can't get over how little she is as a person, and she high kicks and doesn't have to like. I do that and sometimes
her
fucking
leg not
can't
pop
land.
out?
That's what I'm saying. Like mine, I trip myself. Like I'm 5'2", and if I try to do too many high kicks in a row, or just like one good powerful one, I end up on my ass. Like I don't know how she does it in heels. It's amazing to me. Look at you running
And thigh-high
around.
boots. Like,
For a second there, I thought she wrote "fuck the police," and I was gonna say, "Oh, look at you, how?" And then I realized that's not what any of that says over
It's-
there.
and the
that's
blue?
the alphabet.
Holland. Auntie Clarissa is thinking you right and fuck the police.
I was like, "You right, Holland? Fuck the post." Oh, so fun story. Another side note: last night when I was driving home from your house,
Yeah.
I was all paranoid because the cops were out, like mad
Oh
cops.
yeah, and this is why because we don't see each other. We only see each other about once a week. You know,
Yeah.
it's been really it's been hard.
It's been very hard
It's
for
been
us
really
folks.
hard. I'm pretty sure you've been getting the snaps.
I hear
Like,
it.
we're
I'm like, you
heartbroken.
guys are really emotional.
Like
and it's
immediately
super
when I walked
cute,
in,
but-
Chris was like, "I need a hug." I'm just like, "Girl, it's understandable. It's been a week.
It's been a week. I
It's
need
been a
it.
week. It's been going from like every day for 4 years to I only get to see you once a week. It's like
Yeah, it's
like
fucking weird.
okay, I only
That's
get to see you when you get the custody
Yeah.
of the child. It's like
No,
Like we've
trust
even
me,
worked
like-
together. Like
Yeah,
we've
we've
even worked
worked
together and
together
stuff. So
yeah.
it's like
That's how it is with my best friend home. Like we worked together. Noni's been for like 10 years. Like we basically lived together.
and I haven't seen Emma since we went to Houston. Since we went to go pay her, give her money
yeah.
since the trip, and then it'll be a year soon.
Oh my god. It's
And
gonna
that
be
really
weird.
sucks.
It's gonna be so weird. Well, anyway, side note. So I was driving home from your house, and I get this phone call, and they're like, "Yo, may I speak to this lady?" And I was like, "Yo, you got the wrong number." He's like, "Well, maybe you can help me." So I'm calling, and we're like the trooper union, whatever, for police people, and I want to make sure. He's like, "I didn't know if you know this, but we're at a all-time high of infractions against police." And attacks and police dying on like the job. He's like, and we just feel that there needs to be harsher regulations against for such punishments and such. And I'm like, listen, I was like, you know what? I'm not really interested. And he wanted to go be like, bup. I'm like, no. No. See, like, listen, I agree to a certain extent, but at the same time, no. You just, you lost me. I agree with you and I want to do something, but you saying that there needs to be harder infractions against such crimes when I'm literally just seeing, like, that they, not that I'm saying things are awful, but, like, I don't see any accountability for any police department for the last 10 years of my existence.
She's got the Girl Scout cookies.
Ooh,
I'm not
give
a,
me
yes,
one of those.
girl! Yes, Colin!
Coming in clutch.
Ooh.
High five. Oh, you have chalk everywhere, girl.
Yes.
Chalk and Girl Scout cookies. What better for you?
So I was like, if you just pull me over all the time when you want because I look like a little middle schooler who looks like they're breaking curfew, and then all of a sudden you want to just because you need to meet a quota lock me up in jail, I don't want that to happen to be my life. So that's all I'm saying.
Oh, I'm with y'all because she's hollering right now. She's jumping.
She's so
her
cute.
doing her jumping, which is
Well,
like
that's
a
her
skip
jumping.
jump,
Isn't it so cute?
and eating this Girl Scout cookie. She eating it like she eating an Oreo, pulling it apart.
I love it. She brought us Girl Scout cookies. So Kennedy did her little cartwheel onto that little stage thing. That was impressive. I didn't know what she was doing.
Oh, kind of.
But then once it happened, I was like, oh.
She landed on it.
Literally, that's how I felt. I did not know it was there.
Oh, what is she on?
I feel like I just yelled that. I'm really sorry, people. I was like,
We're all getting really excited
We've
at the
been
square
screaming
table.
like it's been 40 minutes strong. Like
40 minutes strong. I mean, like, I'm
That's
so
a nice
sorry,
square
guys.
table. We've been getting rather loud.
I should put it more towards Zach. Yeah. I should do it this way. So this way I can read what the fuck is going on, but I'm not like the loudest person. I'm so sorry. Everyone should already know by now. Don't listen to this with headphones.
Normally, sorry not for the warning. Normally we started doing that after someone
there was
complained.
Yeah.
that's
We even had-
amazing.
I even had someone message me and they're like, listen, Zach's great and all, but could he like
Speak up.
Speak up.
I
was
like
oh,
what
I'll make
he's
a note.
saying. Can you like get him to say it louder? I'm like, oh, I didn't know people
Enunciate.
actually listen to me.
Well, especially because like, he's something stupid and then he like says some little jib jab in between and I'm like, then all of a sudden I just start laughing because I hear him. Like I'm too busy talking that I hear what he says and then I'm laughing, but no one gets to hear it. So they're like rewinding it, like,
Oh, yeah.
what does he say? And then finally they hear it and they're like, ah ha ha. Well, why didn't you say it loud?
Yeah.
But now I have a computer, guys, so I can actually make the levels change and not just opposed to what it's on my phone because I'm too broke to pay for the $3.99 app.
That and we have a
Hey.
mic now.
You know what I'm saying? I love you guys that much. Okay, so
Next
then
episode, we're using the mic.
we're using the mic. We're getting there.
we
We're
were
getting
all
there.
ready and things like that, and then we had I forgot stuff, she
You
forgot
were
stuff.
on.
You know, the first one's always the test one. You know, but we just post it.
We just post it. We just post it. So Ben de la Creme, I think, had one of the greatest performances ever with that fucking hilarious burlesque routine.
Oh, I
with
love
the
that.
nipples and the bras.
That was effing hysterical.
Whoever
was
made that
so
costume
good.
for her,
That was
like,
that was
I loved
funny.
her face when she's just like, yeah.
I
Yeah,
like the
make a
back
titty
ones.
move.
And she's like,
I wish you would have
wrong.
put some on her butt cheeks, like how to remove the
That
underwear and be
would've
like,
been
boom,
funny.
like oh.
My favorite part, though, was at the very end where she was like, and she just throws the glitter from her coochie and just like, ta-da!
Yeah. Okay,
I
done.
queefed.
I'm done.
I looked at it more like, oh, I queefed.
I think she is making a really good comeback.
Yeah, she's making an
Pretty
awesome
good.
comeback because she's
So
been
mad
around
I
in a
missed it.
minute. Oh my gosh.
Good.
We'll have to show you.
That sounds poppin'.
Yeah, I will. We will show you that one.
Funny.
So then we get on to Chi Chi. Oh my God, was hers so basic? It was so bad. With the green, she had no shoes on, and she has. I've seen her do back handsprings and shit in
That's
heels.
What was going on with
They
her
were showing-
hair?
Her hair was all in her face.
It looked greasy.
It did, and that's a wig,
Like
girl.
crazy or
Nah.
greasy?
Greasy.
It just was not
Oh.
polished, and it's
It
funny.
looked greasy.
Either way, it's the
Did not
same.
look like it's been brushed. It did not look like a new wig. So she can't be saying, "Oh, this is a new wig." I didn't style it. No, it looked greasy.
Or
Dry
it's
shampoo
cheap.
it.
Well, the truth is, like, I mean, I can understand why people compare her to Kennedy Davenport, and like Kennedy and her both were like, people compare us, blah blah blah, or compare
Yeah.
her to me,
No,
and it's
Mom
like that just was a very unpolished Kennedy Davenport because what Kennedy put on and then what you just did looks very amateur. Like, and you got so close. Like, so close last
And not
time.
just
She was
that,
fourth.
there was other people who were dancing also,
Yeah,
and
like,
still,
and the baton
yours.
routine wasn't, like, phenomenal.
Why baton?
I was so distracted by anything
When-
else I forgot
When you're
about the
more
baton.
of a dancer, why baton?
No, she was like tripping up with the baton too, though. She kept messing up. I saw.
Yeah, like, it just wasn't together. Then Morgan, she did an original lip sync, and my whole thing was stop looking at the girls the whole time. Her wig was
Yeah.
falling down, and, like, I get
The
that
wig I
certain
didn't bother
jabs-
me so much because she was moving and she was flinging it back and forth, so you're
True.
bound to see
she did
that.
her little flippy thing.
But like,
Stop
Why
looking at the
looking at?
girls.
You're not looking at the audience. You're looking at the girls to the side, and they're put to the side for a reason because technically they should be backstage.
Your focus
But-
should be on you and
yeah.
you doing your performance well, not them and what.
Yeah.
the
You need to be
reaction
giving it
is
to the judges.
you
The judges
doing
are in
what
front
you're
of you.
doing.
Yes.
I can get a moment of shade
Yes,
if you want to do like a
Zero.
quick.
She sent herself home with what she did.
Is he home?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought I saw a shadow, and I was like, did I just? Am I?
Go say hi, daddy.
Oh.
She's like, why?
you
I'm
should
on
go
a
give him
podcast.
s'more. She goes, no,
Why?
I'm over here eating s'mores with the adults.
And I'm doing a podcast. Why?
Actually,
I'm not
GR's the
saying, but I'm
adult out of
waiting.
all of us.
He's the one
He
who has
doesn't
a
like
real
it when
job.
we say that, but it's true.
I believe it.
For the hurricanes, it was hilarious because we were at his parents' house. He was mowing the
Another
lawn.
side note.
And then, another side note. He is mowing the lawn.
Oh, yeah.
So me, Kystal, and Zach are all out on the porch by the pool with the baby and the dogs, just relaxing, drinking our
The
little
only
mixed
white
drinks.
person.
And he's the only like official white person because Zach's dad is from Mexican descent. Crystal's dad is from Colombian descent. My dad's black and native, and then even my mom is like part Irish. So that's not even like the clean white
Yeah.
people. He's like a white person. So
Yeah.
he's out mowing and doing yard work,
He
and we're all
walks out.
sitting around by the pool drinking. We're like
Yeah.
Donald Trump's
We're all
worst
really
nightmare.
buzzed. Yeah, we're like pretty
A
buzzed.
Mexican,
I
a
forget, like,
Colombian, and
we're
a
like
native
3
black
drinks
just
in.
hanging
Watching
out
the
in the
white guy
pool.
work.
watching the white guy
Yeah.
work.
Talking about what?
Yeah, and then he offers.
What?
From the hurricanes, when you were mowing the lawn, and we were all just like sitting by the pool, just drinking. We're like, GR's out here doing like real work, and we're just like, oh, it's a lovely day after the hurricane, just sipping, being marginalized. Oh my gosh, look at you, Holland. She loves these cookies.
We'll buy you more.
How was work? Was it grand?
Grand.
It was grand.
It was very convincing.
Bank life is grand, guys. If you need a bank guy, I know a guy.
Oh.
Whether he'll help you or not, I don't know.
He doesn't do taxes, so don't get them confused.
Yeah, don't get him. He's not the tax
What are we
man.
doing for dinner?
Spoken like a natural man.
That's a real
He came
question.
home. He wants to know. Bitch,
What's for
where's
dinner?
the food?
We'll just grab something.
It's not ready yet? Hey, you guys might want to leave for a minute.
There's pizza.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, there's like a whole pizza.
There's pizza. There's cheese.
There's a whole cheese pizza.
It's Marco's.
Ooh.
It's delicious. His birthday, so it was free.
Have you ever
And
had
it's
it?
from, like,
We've been doing a
ages
lot of
ago.
like advertising.
it's
on
actually
this
not-
I know. There's a
podcast.
lot of little shout outs. Where'd you get the pizza?
We're gonna go to the movies where?
in Treasure Coast.
I'm just.
What do you mean in
Oh,
Treasure
we're going to
Coast?
Treasure.
Treasure Coast Mall.
I
Well,
thought
we
you-
can figure something.
Oh,
We can
it's
figure
Mall.
out our
Their
own
own
thing. They're going to their own
They're
movie.
doing a date
What's
night.
that?
Yeah,
To take her to Katie's house.
we're doing our date night.
Okay.
Yeah, we're doing our date night.
So then we're gonna have to go to
Okay,
your mom's house to pick her
cute.
up.
If you
love
guys
it.
haven't realized, we're going on a date night.
We're going.
And then how are we
David,
gonna
Zach,
go
and
back?
I are going on a date night, and
But
Crystal
shh.
and her boyfriend are going on a date night.
Don't tell anyone.
It's
a
date night
secret.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like Taco Tuesday.
Yeah.
Can we
Yeah.
get tacos?
Ooh, from where?
I don't know, but I want a good.
Oh,
taco.
okay. Well, then we need to Google a taco
Or
place
do
so
you
we
want
can
a hot
name
dog?
drop
'Cause
it
I know
now.
a good hot dog place too.
Frankenstein.
Oh, can we get both? I want a hot dog to start, and I want to find a good taco.
Okay, real quick. We only got a few more queens left. We need all of
Did
them.
anyone hear? Okay. You must be a bisexual guy's dream right now. A taco and a hot dog.
Oh.
All right, so moving on to Trixie. Looking like Dolly Parton's ass with her auto harp, playing the parts. That was beautiful. I loved it. It was a beautiful
Oh,
moment.
and it's number 1 on iTunes.
It's number 1 on iTunes for folk.
Shout out.
Yeah.
If anyone please let us know how many shout outs we've done already because we've
Quite
done
a
a
few.
lot.
We've done quite a few. So Milk, she did her fashion dolly with her nude cat suit and her concept of the paper dolls. I actually really liked that. I thought it was really cute. Holland's loved that song.
Yes.
She was dancing.
She's a Milk fan.
Holland's
She was
all
not
on to
proud.
Milk.
As we all loved Ben de la Creme, she was not having those.
She did not.
The
She
nipple
didn't think the
tassels.
thing
She
was
did not
appropriate.
like it. She's like,
For as much as she's grabbing on nipples, though,
No,
or trying to,
yeah.
she was not about that. She's
She's
like,
like,
listen, I'm a fan. Listen, I know
this is
nipples, and that is
That is not natural.
That is
Like,
not natural.
I am not down for that shit.
Holland's like, I double fist, and this is just no.
With her milk and her juice
Yes.
in each hand. She fucking does. She
I just
loves
don't
that
have
shit.
2 milks. I have a milk and a juice.
Yeah, she wants her options. She's like Cardi B.
Yeah, I keep my
Take them
options
both.
open.
I don't want to
No.
choose.
yeah.
She likes to keep her options open.
She makes herself.
And
a
I'm
white
quick to
Russian
keep
every
my
night.
parents up, so don't get comfortable.
Okay, then we need to buy her
I
some
don't
shoes and just paint them red on the
take
bottom now. Shit.
Yeah. All right. So
Buy
then
her
it
some
came
black
down
Converse,
to the
paint them
lip
red on the
sync
bottom.
between Aja and Ben de la Creme, which I think they both did amazing jobs. So I think that those two definitely deserve to be at the top.
Oh, definitely.
Their lip sync was to Anaconda, and I think that just shows
Ben
pretty
de la Creme
much.
did awesome.
Yeah,
though.
she did, but I think that this performance showed a lot of like what the range of Drag Race is, because you had this one queen that's like doing pure comedy the whole time,
Yeah.
and the other one who's like really dancing and doing that thing to the dance. Because like if you put like Aja up to like, I don't know, one of the other pretty girls, like even like a Milk, like even though how artsy that is, I think they both would have done that sexual like feeling themselves. Where like
Yeah.
Ben de la Creme is like goofing off. Her and Thorgy and Trixie probably would have all done the same kind of thing. So you just kind of see. Like,
I don't know.
how the
Trixie can
contrast is.
surprise you.
Trixie can't surprise you, but the thing is, I actually do. I love you, Trixie Mattel, but I do not like watching you lip sync.
Is it the contour?
Oh my god, no, it's the dance moves. They're awful. Watching her walk the stage is awful to watch. That's why I'm cool with her singing her own songs, her country songs. Cool, do your
I love
shit,
listening to her
'cause I
play.
hate watching you try to like parlez-vous français, tappity tap. I don't know what the fuck. Just
I would love to
took
go
Dance
see
for
her
Some
play.
Rules. That's such an embarrassment. I
I
actually
get,
know
like, a
real
month.
words. I was literally being like plie
Yeah.
earlier today to your daughter, and now I'm like, oh, I don't know what a pirouette is.
I think though, if you can make anyone laugh, you automatically win. Like if you
Yeah,
can make
like, if
someone
you
laugh,
can-
like you're
It's a
just
show.
Especially if you
Like,
keep
Yeah.
it a
really are, like-
constant, and it's not just like a little
You're
bit here and there,
entertaining.
and you keep
Yeah.
it
And that's what we're here to
constant,
watch,
then
to
it's
be
good.
honest. Like,
That was entertaining the entire time. So I
I
think.
was cracking up the whole time.
Oh, hell yeah.
Now I don't agree with the way that she put Morgan out there like that, because especially if she really followed what
Especially
she said,
being that
like,
she was mainly going off of what she saw last season. I know neither of y'all
Yeah,
have seen the
so-
last season, season 2.
but the girls now
But-
get to vote them off. So
Yeah.
that's the thing, is whoever gets to lip sync. And unlike normal Drag Race, when you lip sync for your life, if you lose, you go home. It's Shantae, you stay, chasse
Right
away. So if you lose the lip sync, you go home. So for All Stars, what it is the top 2 people, they get to lip sync, and whoever wins, they get to vote the girl off. Who's ever in the bottom 2.
So you really want to win the lip sync so you can
Yeah.
vote
And it was
someone
anyone's
off.
bad side either. So if they get up
Exactly.
there and then you're just like, you don't even need
Yeah.
to do lip sync battle already.
And the
know.
thing
And
with
that's
last
basically
season,
happened. That happened last
yeah.
season. There were girls where it was like, honestly, you pissed me off and I don't want you here, and you didn't do good, so it's a whole nother reason. It's not, I don't even, and it was like, it set it up so it's like, it doesn't even have to be personal.
And it's not even
You
being
didn't do well,
shady.
whatever.
Yeah.
And then-
It's like I honestly didn't think you were up to partay. Or whatever.
Yeah. But then, because last season, the girl who won, she was starting getting called a snake because there was an incident where,
She borrowed a rhinestone crop
well, basically
top.
what she did was, there was a girl that should have stayed, and she chose her friend.
Yeah.
It was either her friend,
Oh, I was so
who
pissed
she
with
knew
that.
did really bad that week and was not doing as well in the competition as other people, but it was her friend, and she knew she wanted it. And then there was another girl who was like, she had been working her ass off and really was showing her stuff, and it was a competition, and that was a threat to her. So what did she do? She kept her friend.
Yeah.
And it's like, that happens. So the fact that Ben de la Creme was like, we all unanimously decided, they're all like, bitch, no, we did not, because no one's, everyone's going to change it up. Yeah, even Aja was like,
What the
no,
hell?
that's not the thing. But Ben de la Creme was like, we were decided that it was going off of the judges' critiques. Well, then based off of that, then Chi-Chi should have gone
even
home.
still,
Yeah.
yeah, Chi-Chi, because
And I love Chi-Chi,
they
but no.
said, like, Morgan was popping, like, that she had her shit.
Morgan
but
was
better.
She didn't come
If-
through in this competition. Like, in this moment, like, they were like, we know
Which
you
is
have
why I
Yeah.
feel like, because you know how this episode is being to be continued. I almost said something horrible.
Oh, wow.
I almost said I don't even want to say.
I was going to say you're going to repeat it.
my mind was about to say something bad, and I was actually happy it didn't. But anyways, when it comes to be continued, I'll get out of my head. I almost wanted to say be continued. Yeah,
Well, same difference.
you know, my mind is still like stuck on it. I honestly think they're gonna bring her back because, like,
Yeah, I
last,
think so,
like
too.
last season they saved someone and no one knew about it. They didn't tell them that there was a save or anything like that. Not that I can recall. But yeah, like randomly they were just like, "Well, we're saving you."
Yeah.
And who was it they saved last season? Was
I'm
it
sorry?
who did they save last season? I
I
want to say it was Katya, but I don't think it was.
they brought someone back who came. That was what it was. It was like they saved some of the girls. They got to come back and did that pair competition.
Oh, that's
Whoever
right.
won the pair
Maybe
got
that's
to
what it's gonna
come
be
back.
then.
Perhaps.
Or they're just gonna have her
And
come
I
back.
can't remember who it was that stayed, but they left the next week.
Yeah.
That's typically what happens. Typically in these competitions, whoever comes back ends up leaving the following
Yeah,
week.
because they end up psyching themselves out. But you can also tell it. Part of me wonders how much of it is producers.
True. There's also that. Well, I hope she gets to come back because I would love to see what Morgan M. Michaels
Oh,
does.
yeah.
And I think she's fucking fantastic.
I think she's a phenomenal performer.
You will
She's
never
just
get
dancing.
it.
She's just dancing in front of the mirror and looking
No,
at
she was a zero.
Oh,
she was
the zero.
zero.
Oh my
I thought
God.
she was just dancing
She's
the pizza like,
like,
yeah,
I thought so
pizza,
too.
pizza, yeah.
No,
Now
you're
she's
teasing.
mocking him, like,
no,
yeah.
now she's not. Now
The
she's like,
dog.
Zero, get back
Now she's
in
like,
there
get
so I
back
can
inside the
tease you like
house.
the people, like the animals at the zoo. Like,
Don't hit him.
she's just trying to tease
Oh,
him.
you're just being a little brat.
Yeah.
Colin, I got more.
What? Bruises and Zero is her
I
are
love
her
how
brothers.
she
At this
sticks her
point, you
whole
know.
fingers in her mouth. Like, I love how babies stick their whole hand in their mouth to eat things. Like something so
They like
small,
the taste of the tips.
and they just take like the whole thing. They're like place it, and then they straw and they're like rubbing their like just keep it in there. Like the tongue hasn't
They're
figured it
still
out.
figuring it out.
It's
It's
like,
so-
it's like I don't
She
know how to
just-
control this
Get
thing.
inside and just slam this door. All right. Well, since Holland is slamming the door now, I think that's a great time to end. Thank you so much, guys, for coming in and
Yes,
joining us.
thank
This has been great.
you.
Truly.
Like, I think this is great. So
This is cute.
out.
Right?
look out for all four of us, if not one of us in between and all through.
Yes,
because I
if
definitely
anything,
want to
we,
keep this up.
We, I believe we want to like get you to come on at least or at least if we can, even if because like as much as we can get
okay. English is hard.
Yeah,
Uh,
those are hard sometimes.
It's hard being an alien. English is so hard. But yeah, if we can actually do this on Thursdays, like I said, I'll stay up a little bit longer, you know. And if we can all get together still, we can possibly knock it out.
Watch it live and just bloop bloop
Bloop,
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 right
bloop,
after
bloop.
it.
Actually, why don't we do a live one?
We can
Test
do
it
a
out and see what
live
happens.
with and like literally like catch it as we can. If you
Yeah.
edit it after anyway.
Oh yeah,
Should we
absolutely.
try
This is
doing
already
that?
an hour long. We might
Yeah.
as well do the
Perfect.
same thing.
Then should we aim for this Thursday? We are aiming for try doing a live one.
Yeah, well maybe we'll
You
do
guys
that
down?
for this Thursday,
Yeah.
like this in the next couple days.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so
Why
guys,
not? We're speaking about it now. Let's get it.
Cool.
Let's do it.
you'll
Let's
hear
try
this
it.
basically tomorrow then.
Yeah. Today's
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Well, by the time I
Yeah.
finish it,
Oh,
editing it, and I
yeah.
post it tomorrow, you'll hear it.
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, this has been great. Can't wait for this to happen again. Thank you so much again. And again, thank you for tuning back into RuPaul's Drag Race Rearview Ruview with All Stars Season 3. Bye!